Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram
कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धु एव च पतितनां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। अनंत कोटि वैष्णववृंद की जय। रामाचार्य हरदास ठाकुर जी की जय। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। Hare Krishna, dear devotees, I welcome you all for this Bhakti Sangha Japa conference call. This is Shivani from Ashwin, Virginia. Please forgive me for stopping your beautiful chanting. Let us move to our next part of the session, which is a new series that we started few weeks back, Meditations of Great Acaryas. May I know all have joined this morning?
Hare Krishna, Shivani Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. This is Vinita Gandharvika Devi Dasi from Texas.
Hare Krishna, Vanita Gandharika Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru and Gauranga ki jai. Thank you so much for joining and giving a beautiful association this morning. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. Srila Prabhupada, this is Preeti Vilasini Devidasi from Atlanta. Thank you, Mataji, for your warm welcoming, and thank you for everyone for a very beautiful chanting.
Hare Krishna, Preeti Vilasini Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru and Gauranga ki jai. Thank you, Mataji, for joining and giving a beautiful association this morning. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances on glories to Srila Prabhupada and Sri Guru and Gauranga and all the assembled devotees, Yashamati from Chicago.
Hare Krishna, Yashamati Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru and Gauranga ki jai. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining and giving a beautiful and wonderful association this morning. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, this is Sukha Sagari Devi Dasi. My humble obeisances to all the devotees on the call. Jai Srila Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna Shukari Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru and Gauranga ki jai. Thank you Mataji for joining and giving a beautiful association. Look, waiting eagerly to hear from you Mataji. Hare Krishna. Good morning, dear devotees. Once again, I would welcome you all for joining this mid-morning session at Bhakti Sangha. I would like to start by sharing a quote by Srila Prabhupada ji. As God is good, we are all also good. But due to our material association, we have become bad. So if we receive our old position, Krishna consciousness, then automatically we shall become all good. Calcutta, June 30th, 1973. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Welcome you all to Bhakti Sangha Jaipur conference call. Today, our session is on meditation of Great Acaryas. We are very fortunate to have Her Grace Sukha Sagari Devi Mataji to enlighten us on meditation of Great Acaryas. Hare Krishna, please accept my humble obeisances. Sukha Sagari Mataji, thank you for giving your valuable time and wonderful association this morning. We're very fortunate to have you on the call, waiting very eagerly to hear from you, Mataji. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru and Gauranga ki jai. Please take over the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Shivani Mataji. And let me switch on my radio. Oops. And I'll quickly share my screen. And I would like to thank the organizers for giving me this opportunity to glorify the prayers of our acharyas. And as a humble note, I am not qualified to speak on these topics, but I'm just taking help of senior Vaishnavas and trying to just glean from what they have spoken and trying to present it. So none of this, what you'll be hearing from me none of this is my own. I've just taken it off from many senior Vaishnavas, how they have shared this. So today we will be meditating on the Govardhana Vasa Prarthana Dashaka. And this is a composition by Raghunath Das Goswami. And he is one of the 6 Goswamis and a very glorious and very, very renounced Goswami in that sense. And I know he's also a personal favorite of many Maharajas. Like they look up to his standards. Like I was reading about Raghunath Das Goswami, and it says that the kind of regulation he had in his life as a devotee is like it's very exemplary and something that we all should try to emulate and try to follow. So I mean, but this is something really, really high up, far up there, but at least we can aspire to take some lessons from him. And this Govardhana Vasa Prarthana Dashakam, as it is called, as it is. So Govardhana is referring to our Govardhana hill. Vasa means to reside, and Prarthana means a prayer. Dashakam is 10. So there are 10 verses in this prayer, which Raghunath Das Goswami, Srila Raghunath Das Goswami is actually offering to the Govardhana and praying to Govardhana hill that please allow me residence in your, in your abode. So that is, and he has many beautiful things to share as to why he wants residence in the Govardhan hill. And that's what this Dashakam, or this 10 verses of this prayer or prarthana, that's what it talks about. And before we move on, let's recite the invocation prayers. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. So before we start off with the actual Dashakam, let's just, try to understand the greatness of this Acharya or this Goswami, Raghunath Das Goswami, who has actually composed these prayers. And he wrote very few works. One is the Mukta Charitra, and another is the and another is the Dana Charitra, which deals with the Dana Keli, the tax pastimes, and then perhaps this composition. So he was actually the son, like you can see on the screen, of Govardhan Majumdar, and he was a very, very wealthy landowner in one sense, we can say, in Bengal. And this was in Saptagram, like all those villages there were leased to him by the king there. So he made a lot of money, something in the lines of like millionaires or billionaires today. So he was a very, very rich, he was from a very, very rich family. And his Balram Acharya was his guru, and he was the one who actually introduced Raghunath Das Goswami to Haridas Thakur. So Haridas Thakur, after the Benapola pastimes, I think he went to Chandpur, if that's called, for some time to escape from all that attention he was getting from all the people there. So and that was the time when Balram Acharya introduced Raghunath Das Goswami to Haridas Thakur. I'm trying to see. Yeah, you can see the picture on the right there. You see like a little baby there, and that's Haridas Thakur there. And so he is actually, he in one sense is the one who gave the taste of the devotional service to Raghunath Das Goswami. So he is also mentioned as the first of the 6 Goswamis to actually come in touch with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu too. So when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was actually visiting Shantipur, he wanted to go and take his darshan, and he wanted to leave home. He was very renounced in nature, but Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he said that do not make a show of renunciation. And he actually uses this words Marakata Vairagya. We have seen this being used elsewhere also in different contexts, that referring to like a monkey renunciation. So monkey is not clad in any clothes or anything like that, and it just jumps around, but that doesn't mean that the monkey is very renounced like that. So monkey renunciation is just like making a show of renunciation. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, no, you're not yet ready. Go and, have some kind of material life, but be aloof from the material life, but be part of it. And then when the right time comes, I'll let you know. So then Nityananda Prabhu, he actually, ordered, or he gave this instruction to Raghunath Das Goswami to arrange for the Chida Dahi festival. So he was the person who actually started it, and he belonged to a very rich family. So he could arrange like this festival for a huge crowd like that. And he was always, in the renounced mood, and he had a very, very, very beautiful wife, but he wanted to always leave the family and run away and get the association of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So he tried to make several attempts, and so his family, in one sense, they locked him up in their house. So they didn't want him to leave them and go. But he tricked them, like when his guru Yadunandana Acharya was, he came to visit them. He walked out along with the guru. So the person who was on guard thought that, okay, he's just, going with the guru somewhere. So it's not like he's going to run away or anything. So he allows him. And Yadunandana Acharya is kind of surprised, and he asks him, so why are you walking with me? And then he says, yeah, I'll go back. And he arranges for some person, like a Brahmana devotee, to take care of his deities. And what he does is, he knows that if he goes towards Jagannath Puri, his parents may send men to, actually get him. So he walks in the opposite direction for a few days, where he thinks that his parents may think that he's heading in Jagannath Puri direction, but he walks in the opposite direction to escape them. And and after a few days, he goes back to Jagannath Puri. So that's how, he tries to trick his parents. We also heard like a similar thing with Sanatan Goswami also. like how he tricked, his jailer to leave him and things like that. So very similar, on those similar lines. So Chaitanya, lastly, finally, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu thought he was, ready for it, he gave him just one instruction, which is what I have. It's a very key instruction. Gramya katha na shunibe, gramya varta na kahibe, bhala na khaibe, ara bhala na paribe. Amani manada hanya, Krishna nama sada labe, vraje radha Krishna seva manase karibe. So don't indulge in worldly talk. Gramya katha na shunibe. Don't hear worldly talk. Gramya varta na kahibe. That is, do not indulge in worldly talk. Try your best to avoid mundane matters. That's what it means. Don't eat delicious food. Bhala na khaibe. But take whatever ordinary food may come of its own accord. So here we see how, Haridas Thakur, how Raghunandan Das Goswami totally followed this instruction given by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to him, like where he was totally engaged in the service of Shri Shri Radha and Krishna, and also he was so renounced that it's said that at one point of time he used to just take discarded food, like which was thrown away, and then wash that and just eat a few grains from that. So he was that renounced, and also he was seeing his renounced nature, he came actually to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and begged for him to take him in his association. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu actually, he directed Swarup Damodar Goswami, another very close confidential associate of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, to instruct him. So he was under the wings of Swarup Damodar Goswami. And so he was the one who was actually giving him the instructions, and in one sense, a guru like that to him. And they both were very impressed with his renounced nature. And shortly after he met them, let's finish this. And always try Amani Manada Hanya, Krishna Nama Sada Labe. So always try to take the name of Krishna with the attitude of giving respect to others without expecting respect from anyone. Be humble and never aspire for respectful dealings from others. In this way, try to take the name of Krishna constantly. And within, try to serve Shri Shri Radha Krishna in Vrindavan. So actually, Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he gives him his Govardhan Shila and also the Gunjamala. The Gunjamala is actually, it's said to be the Shakti, Adi Shakti, or the Shakti of Srimati Radharani. And so Raghunath Das Goswami, you can see that here on the picture on the right, like he used to worship this Shila, and then with the Gunjamala, and he was like, in that sense, he led a very renounced life. And after Swarup Damodar Goswami and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they actually left this material realm. He was very, very distressed, and he wanted to end his life. But Sanatana Goswami and Rupa Goswami, they actually came and told him that no, this is not the right time. So he used to sit on the banks of Radhakund and give a lot of classes, on the intimate pastimes with Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, because he knew Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu for a long time. And it's also said that once some tigers came around, but he was so engrossed, in his bhajan that he never noticed the tigers. And so Krishna actually shooed away the tigers. And you can also see in the picture on the right, there is Srimati Radharani. She's holding a veil, her veil up his, over his head. So it was so hot in the Radhakund, and he used to just give classes, and he used to meditate like 64 rounds. He used to chant like that. So so Radharani herself came and offered her veil over his head so that the heat does not affect him like that. And Sanatan Goswami and Rupa Goswami saw this, and they were like very angry, because we're supposed to serve Srimati Radharani, not take service from them. So he ordered, Sanatan Goswami ordered that, build a hut, like a kutir for yourself, for your purposes. Do not do this, we cannot take service from the lordships. So that's how he was, that's how renounced he was. He wouldn't notice things around him. And there's so much more to say about this Acharya, but maybe with this brief introduction, we'll beg for his mercy and to try to understand his composition here, the Govardhana, what's it? The Govardhana Vasa Prarthana Dashaka. Okay, this is the first shloka, or the first verse. Yeah. निजपति भुज दंड छत्र भावं प्रपद्य प्रतिहत मद दृष्टो दंड देवेंद्र गर्भ अतुल प्रथुल शैली श्रेणी भूप प्रियं मे निज निकट निवासं देहि गोवर्धनत्वं निज निकट निवासं देहि गोवर्धनत्वं. So this is translated. I've taken these translations from KK Song. So you can see the translations also written below, and we will try to understand what is, Raghunath Das Goswami is saying in this verse. So as we are already aware that Raghunath Das Goswami is praying fervently to Govardhana, and also in one sense having a conversation with Govardhana to give him residence, on Govardhana. So Nijapati Bhuja Danda Chhatra Bhavam Prapadya. So Nijapati is his Govardhana's master. Who is Govardhana's master? Is being referred to here as Lord Krishna himself. Nijapati is referring to Govardhan's master, who is Lord Krishna. Bhuja Danda Chhatra Bhavam. Bhuja Danda, like with his arms. Danda, like with his arms, like which hold like a stick, like the umbrella stick. Chhatra means refers to the umbrella, bhavam. So the Lord himself, he held up, like we can see on the picture here on the right, with his left little finger. So his hand is like the stick of the umbrella, and then he's holding up the Govardhan mountain with his small little tiny finger, left little finger, like an umbrella. So he took this form actually. Pratihata Mada Drishtodanda Devendra Garva. So Pratihata means he actually conquered, or he conquered Indra's pride. Mada Drishtodanda. So Indra was very obstinate, right? Like he wanted, because the Gopas and the cowherd men did not offer sacrifice to him, so he was very upset. And he wanted to actually vanquish everybody. So he was pouring all these rains for 7 days and 7 nights, right? And because he wanted all the Brajavasis to perish. So Uddanda means he was very obstinate in what he wanted to do. And so Devendra Garva, Devendra is referring to Deva Indra, which is Lord Indra, and his Garva, his pride. So that's how, by holding up, the Govardhan mountain as an umbrella, Lord Krishna, he actually dissolved, or in one sense, he vanquished this pride of this Devendra or Indra. And he also, in one sense, gave service to the Govardhan mountain. We'll see in detail more about how he does that. Atula Prathula Shaila Shreni. Atula means, which is incomparable. Prathula means the highest or the topmost. Shaila Shreni. Shaila is referring to mountain. Shreni is this is the topmost mountain, and Bhupa Priyam and Nija Nikata Nivasam Dehi Govardhanatvam. So Raghunath Das Goswami is saying that you're so dear to Lord Krishna that he carried you, with his tiny lotus fingers, and also they used to have many pastimes on the Govardhan mountains. So please give me residence here, though I'm not very qualified. So he says that he's in this first verse, he's asking for residence at the Govardhana hill. To Govardhana himself. Let's move on to the second verse. Pramada madana leela kandare kandare te rachayati navayuno dvandvam asmin namandam iti kila kalanartham nandakastadvayonme Nija nikata nivasam dehi govardhanatvam Nija nikata nivasam dehi govardhanatvam. So in this verse, actually, Raghunath Das Goswami is expressing the desire of his heart, like, the most confidential desire of his heart. And he goes on like this, Pramada Madana Leela. So all these conjugal pastimes of Shri Radha and Krishna, Kandare Kandarete. Kandare refers to caves. So there are so many beautiful caves in the Govardhan mountain, and Pramada Madana Leela. So all these conjugal pastimes of Radha and Krishna used to happen in these caves. So these caves, they actually served as the secret meeting spots for Shri Radha and Krishna. Rachayati Nava Yunor Dvandvam Asmin Namandam. So this was where all these pastimes, the confidential pastimes of Shri Radha and Krishna happened in all these beautiful caves. And Itikila Kalanatham Lagnakastadvayorme. So Raghunath Das Goswami is saying here that, you are so fortunate that all these pastimes of Shri Radha and Krishna happen in your caves. So somehow grant me also, the boon that I can stay on this Govardhan hill and also witness these beautiful pastimes of Shri Radha and Krishna. So we have to understand here that Raghunath Das Goswami, he is, on a very different platform. I mean, he can ask for such things, like this is a very lofty kind of desire, at least for practicing sadhakas. But, the acharyas like the Goswami, like Raghunath Das Goswami, they are at such a high platform that they can aspire for such things to, witness the pastimes, the most intimate pastimes of Shri Radha Krishna. So these caves in these Govardhan hills, so when it used to be very warm, so the caves used to keep cool. So Radha and Krishna used to have their pastimes there. And when it got very cold outside, the caves gave a lot of warmth. So Govardhan in this way is offering so many different services to Shri Radha and Krishna, and, trying to please them. So this is why, Raghunath Das Goswami says that this is like perhaps his innermost desire or the most confidential reason why Raghunath Das Goswami actually wants residence in Govardhan. So moving on next, he thinks that maybe, this is too lofty a desire and it is at a too high a platform. So he kind of brings himself down, a little bit. He's like, in one sense, embarrassed that, he is asking for such a lofty thing to witness the intimate pastimes of Radha and Krishna. So he tries to kind of, play it a little down in the next verse. And this is this verse. Anupama mani vedi ratna simhasanurvi ruha jaradhara sanu droni sankheshu rangai sahabala sakhi bhi sankhilayan swapriyam me nija nikata nivasan dehi govardhanatvam nija nikata nivasan dehi govardhanatvam. So Anupama mani vedi ratna simhasanurvi. So Anupama is again incomparable. That word means incomparable. Mani Vedi Ratna Simhasanovi. So this Govardhana mountain, it actually is, arranges like the mountains, the formations in the mountains are actually embedded with like monies or jewels like that. Jewels bedecked Simhasana, or jewels bedecked, like what can we say, seating places for Lord Krishna to enjoy his pastime. So that is how Raghunath Das Goswami is actually glorifying here. So let's just try to see. So there are several precious stones and shilas and jewels and gems all over this Govardhana mountain. And they, they decorate or they adorn this seating place of where Krishna had his pastimes. Urvi Ruha refers to like the trees. And then the Jhara is referring to like the waterfalls. Yeah, let me look up. Yeah, Jharas are the waterfalls. Daras are the caves. And Sanu Droni is like the plateaus and then the hills. So that is referring to plateaus and the hills. So many different formations are there, in the Govardhana mountain to actually enhance the pastimes of Lord with his devotees. And like we saw in the previous verse, how Raghunath Das Goswami says that this is where the most intimate pastimes took place. And in this verse, we are seeing the Saha Bala Sakhi Vihi. So Bala is referring here to Lord Balarama. So not only did he have enchanting pastimes with Radharani, but he also had very nice playful pastimes with Balarama and his Gopas, the friends there. Sankhelayan, I mean like very beautiful like they used to play there, Sankhele and Swapriyam. So, you know, like with all these great adornments, like we see here, with beautiful rivers, waterfalls, and, you know, plateaus and hills and all these beautiful formations like that, Govardhan is actually serving Lord Krishna in so many ways to have his all pastimes with his friends, not only friends, but with Radharani and other Gopas and Gopis like that. So Govardhana is facilitating all these things for Lord Krishna. So for that reason, now Raghunath Das Goswami says, Nija Nikata Nivasam Dehi Govardhanatva. So now he says, because of all these reasons, you know, I would like to get residence at the Govardhan mountains. So let's move on to the next verse. Rasanidhi Navayuno Sakshinim Dan Kele Dyuti Parimala Vedham Shyama Vedim Prakashya Rasika Varakulanam Asvalayami Nija Nikata Nivasam Dehi Govardhanatvam Nija Nikata Nivasam Dehi Govardhanatvam. So now the question arises that Lord Krishna, he actually has his pastimes all over Vrindavan, right? I mean, there are so many places where Lord Krishna has had wonderful pastimes all over Braja and Mathura like that. So why? So Govardhana is asking, so what's so special that you want to just reside in Govardhana? Why have you, you know, chosen this? So now Raghunath Das Goswami goes on to say that Rasanidhi Nava, you know, Rasanidhi is an ocean of rasa, you know, that this Govardhan can actually offer this ocean of rasa, Nava Yuno Sakshinim Dana Kele. So because the Govardhan was witness to this Danakeli pastimes that happened, and we have learned about this Danakeli pastime elsewhere, like the tax-based pastime. Dyuti Parimala Vidham Shama Vedim Prakashya. So in this pastime, what happens is that Srimati Radharani and her Sakhis, they used to carry, you know, pots of butter and milk like that. And so Krishna stopped them and asked them for tax, to give them tax. So that pastime, that is what the Danakeli pastime is about. And let's try to see some word for word meanings here. And yeah, Rasa Nidhi is the ocean of rasa. So there are multiple rasas, you know, Lord Krishna actually witnessed here. And not only like, you know, in the conjugal rasa, like with Srimati Radharani and the gopis, but also in Sakhya rasa, with also his servants like Chatraka, Patraka, all the servants also, he had, you know, enjoyed different rasas and different, all the different kinds of rasas he had enjoyed on this Govardhan mountain. So that is what is being Rasa Nidhi is referring to all this ocean of like Krishna's Rasa Vaisaha. Is the reservoir of all rasas like that. So all these pastimes have happened around here. Dyuti Parimala Vidham Shama Vedim Prakashya. And then Shama Vedim, it refers to it. These pastimes, they actually happened at this place called Shama Vedi. And Shama Vedi is referring to a black stone. It's also called Krishna Vedi because it's black in color. And Dyuti Parimala Vidham means effulgent and sweet fragrance endowed. And Rasika Vara Kulana Modam Asphala me. So in this way, many of these different devotees in different you know, rasas actually Modam Asphala, you know, they had enjoyed, like Krishna enjoyed sweet pastimes with all these devotees in different rasas. So Raghunath Das Goswami is also again requesting, you know, because of such reasons, I want to be reciting in Govardhana Hill and not anywhere in Vrija. So that's what he tries to explain in this verse. And then moving on to the next verse. Hridaitam apurvam radhika kundamatma priya sakhamiha kanthe narmana lingya gupta navayuva Yuga Kailas Tatra Pashin Rahume Nija Nikata Nivasam Dehi Govardhanatvam Nija Nikata Nivasam Dehi Govardhanatvam Hari Daitam Apurvam Radhika Kundam Atma Priya Sakham. Here content. So here in this verse, Raghunath Das Goswami is actually again expressing his in more detail his innermost desires, like a more confidential reasons for why he wants to reside in the Govardhana hill. Govardhan may question that, Raghunath Das Goswami, okay, you are having these lofty desires, you want to witness pastimes of Krishna and this and that, so why you want to reside in the Govardhan, but is there any specific place in Govardhan that you would like to reside in, that specific place? Govardhan is a big mountain with so many things happening there. So is there any specific place? So Hari Daitam Apurvam Radhika Kundam Atma Priya Sakham. So now Raghunath Das Goswami replies that he would like to stay by the Radha Kunda. Why? Because Radha Kunda is very dear to Lord Krishna, as dear to Lord Krishna as Srimati Radharani herself. Because this Radha Kunda, we know the pastimes, right, of Shama Kunda and Radha Kunda. So these Lord Krishna actually, in one sense, the Radha Kunda is a personification of Srimati Radharani herself, and Krishna has had many, many beautiful pastimes with Srimati Radharani in this Radha Kunda. And so this Radha Kunda is so dear. We actually have also seen it in Nectar of Instruction, right? Like, please forgive me, I just need to grab some water. Yeah, so so this Radha Kunda is very dear to Lord Krishna, and that's why I would like to reside at Radha Kunda. And so these Radha Kunda and Sham Kunda are near the Govardhan hill, and what is being Priya Sakham iha kanthe narmana lingya guptaha. So what is being described here is that the Govardhana hill is actually embracing this Radha Kunda like a close friend, like how close friends, when they meet, they embrace each other at the neck like that. So kanthe, that's what it's referring to, at the neck. So similarly, this Govardhan is so fortunate that's actually embracing this Radha Kunda. Nava Yuva Yuga Khela Statra Pashyan Rahome. So Nava Yuva Yuga Khela. So it's again referring to the intimate pastimes of Sri Sri Radha Krishna that happen at this Radha Kund. Tatra Pashyan Rahome. So Raghunath Das Goswami actually wants to witness these pastimes that happen between Sri Sri Radha and Krishna at Radha Kunda. So he's now giving, going into the specifics of where he wants to reside in the Govardhan, and he says that this would be at the Radha Kunda because it is very close to Lord Hari, and also he is glorifying Govardhan, saying that you are so fortunate that you're actually embracing Radha Kunda in one sense. So this is what this is the prayer he offers in this verse. Let's move on to the next verse. Sthala jala tala shashpir bhurha chayaya cha pratipadam anukalam hanta samvardhayanga trijagati nijagotram sarthakam khyapayan me निज निकट निवासम देहि गोवर्धनत्वम निज निकट निवासम देहि गोवर्धनत्वम. So in this verse again he goes on to describe all the services that this Govardhana hill is actually offering to Lord Krishna. Let's try to see if we can get a word by word meaning. So here we see sthala is referring to the places for the cows to actually sit. And in this verse also, if you look at the third line, Trijagati Nijagotram Sarthakam Khyapayanme. So this line, I will just, go to this line first and try to explain what's happening in this verse. So Nijagotram is the name, which was given to the Govardhana. Go, Vardhana means, Go is referring to the cows, and Vardhana means to the nourishment of the cows. So how Govardhana is true, Sarthakam, is very true, to its name, that is giving nourishment to the cows and taking care of the cows, and also, facilitating so many pastimes of Shri Radha and Krishna like that. So this is what is being explained in this verse. So Sthala is referring to the place for the cows to sit. Jala is referring to water bodies. There are a lot of like ponds, kind of ponds in Govardhan, and these provide water to the cows. Jala, water. Shashper refers to grass, for the cows to graze on. Bhuraha Chayaya. Bhuruha Chayaya refers to the shades of the trees. The cows go and rest under the shade of these trees. And not only the cows, the gopas also, who are herding the cows. And we know that Krishna also started herding the cows, right, at the age of 5. And so they also used to take rest under the shade of these trees. Pratipadam anukulam hanta samvardhayanga. So, every step, pratipadam, anukalam is every step, and all the time, what was Govardhan is samvardhayangaha. So it was always giving this nourishment to all these cows at every point of time, at every step, And so that is why Trijagati Nijagotram Sarthakam Khyapayanme. So that is why his own name, like this name which Govardhan has, Govardhan is very apt, or is the perfect name, because it is actually providing nourishment to all the cows there, and in so many different ways, like this verse describes, with giving them the place to sit, the water, the grass, the shades, and all all the different things which are listed in this verse. So in this way, the Govardhana hill is actually providing so much of sustenance to the cows themselves. So this is what is being described in this verse. Let's move on to the next verse. Surapati krita dirgha drohato goshtha raksham tava navagraha rupasyantare kurvataiva aghabakani punuchir dattamana dhrutam me nija nikata nivasam dehi govardhanatvam nija nikata nivasam dehi govardhanatvam. So in this verse, again, Raghunath Das Goswami is, glorifying the exalted position of Govardhana hill. So Govardhana not only is providing the place, and the sitting place and the nourishment for the cows, but also, for to facilitate the different pastimes like we saw in the previous verses. But now here, Raghunath Das Goswami is giving yet another reason why Govardhan is so special. So what does it say? Surapati krita dirgha drohato goshtha raksham. So Surapati again is referring to Indra here. So krita dirgha drohato. So this Indra, he really wanted to destroy, right, all the Vrajavasis. So he poured heavy rains for 7 days and 7 nights. And at that time, what did Lord Krishna do? We can see from the picture that goshtha raksham. Gostham is referring to the cowherd community here. So for their protection, Lord Krishna actually, he carried the Govardhan hill. So it is said that, when Indra started pouring the rains, Lord Krishna, he ran, to pick up this Govardhan hill, but he never got wet. He's not subject to any of these things which Indra can try. So he did not get wet, and he went and completely carried, and he Tava Navagriha. So, the Tava is referring to the Govardhan, became the Navagriha. Griha means the house or the home. Navagriha, new home for all the Brajavasis. So Govardhan is so exalted that, Krishna actually made Govardhan the new home for 7 days and 7 nights. Rupasyantare kurvateva. So under this home, all the different devotees of Krishna in all different rasas, they were residing for 7 days and 7 nights. So he brought them all, like how Srila Prabhupada, with his divine mercy, is opened so many centers all around the world and provided a home for a devotee in every village and town. Like that, by this pastime, by carrying this Govardhan hill, Lord Krishna brought all his devotees under one umbrella like that. And so it was more intimate, to see all these devotees in different rasas Like they were all gathered towards, under that one umbrella of the Govardhan hill. And then next line says, Aghabaka Ripunoche Dattamana Drutame. So why did Lord Krishna do this? I mean, when he had to actually kill these other demons, Aghasura, the snake demon, and then Bakasura, the bird, he did it by himself, right? He did not take any help. But for this pastime, for this, to curb the pride of Indra at this pastime, he took the help of Govardhan. So Dattamana Drutame. So Dattamanam, he gave that pride of place to Govardhan, and he wants to give the pride of place to his devotees. Krishna is always in that mood, he wants to glorify his devotees more than himself, and we've seen that in so many places elsewhere. So that's the reason why he says that, Govardhan, you're so exalted that Lord Krishna could just do it, like how he, conquered the other demons like Agha and Baka. He could have just done anything, he could have defeated Indra, but he specifically took your help and, gave that new home to all the Vrajavasis for 7 days and 7 nights to stay. So how special you are that, Krishna is actually giving you that Dattamana Drutame. He's giving you that place of pride because and he took your help to do this pastime. So that's why you are so glorious. That's why Govardhan is so glorious. That's what Raghunath Das Goswami is saying in this verse. Let's move on to the next one. गिरि नृप हरिदास श्रीनिवध्येति नाम मृतमिदमुदितं श्रीराधिका भक्त्रचन्द्रात् व्रजनवतिलकत्वे क्लृप्तवेदैः स्फुटं मे निज निकट निवासं देहि गोवर्धनत्वं निज निकट निवासं देहि गोवर्धनत्वं. So in this verse again, Raghunath Das Goswami is bringing another aspect of glorification. Giri Nripa Haridasa Shreni Varyati. So Giri Nripa is referring to the king of the mountains, and who is none other than Govardhana himself. Haridasa Shreni Varyati. Nama Mritam Idam Uditam Shri Radhika Vaktra Chandra. So Raghunath Das Goswami is saying that this beautiful name of Haridasa Varya, the topmost servant of Hari, Haridasa Varya, is given by none other than Namamritam. That is the nectarian name of this Haridasa Varya is given to Govardhan by none other than whom? This Srimati Radharani herself gave this nectarian name of Haridasa Varya to Govardhan hill. And Srimati Radharani Vaktra Chandra, she is compared to like the moon-like face, the moon-like face of Srimati Radharani, and the moon gives the nectar, right? Like that. So from her moon-like face, with her, that name has come, it has come from her lotus mouth. This nectarian name, she is in the form of Haridasa Varya. This name has been given to Govardhan hill. So that is, how special Govardhan is, because this name has come from Srimati Radharani herself, describing Govardhan as the Haridasa Varya. Of course, Govardhan is also, by our acharyas, in one sense, when Krishna carried the Govardhan hill, it's also said that he expanded into the Govardhan and he honored all the prasadam like that. So in one sense, Govardhan hill is also Bhakta Tattva, Bhakta Swarupa, and also Bhagavat Swarupa. Like in both the ways the acharyas interpret Govardhan to be. So in this context, Raghunath Das Goswami is saying that, he is called as the Haridasa Varya by Srimati Radharani herself, the topmost devotee. So what more can be, more glorious than this? Brajanava tilakatve klipta vede sputam. And also this Govardhan hill is considered like a tilak for Vraja. And so that is why Raghunath Das Goswami is saying that the way the Vedas, Klipta Vedas, Putame says that the Vedas are declaring this. So Raghunath Das Goswami is saying, please give me residence near this Govardhan hill. Let's move on to the next verse. Nija Janayuta Radha Krishna Maitri Rasaka Vrajanara Pashu Pakshi Vrata Saukhya Kadata Aganita Karunatvan Mamure Krityatantam Nijanikatanivaasam dehi govardhanatvam. Nijanikatanivaasam dehi govardhanatvam. Nijajana yuta Radha Krishna Maitri Rasakta. So let's say what this verse means. So Radha and Krishna and the associates, they were actually imbued with these rasas, like all these, like you can see Vraja, Nara, Pashu, Pakshi, Vrata, Saukhya, Kadata. So this Govardhana hill actually gave this residence, to all Vraja, Nara, Pashu, Pakshi, all these, let's see, the Pashu Pakshi refers to the animals and the birds, and then the living beings, the Nara, So all these people who they used to, Radha and Krishna had their pastimes there, and all these other living entities also enjoyed, in different rasas, because Govardhan mountain facilitated all these rasas, all these activities to happen on the Govardhan hill. So it actually facilitated, the Govardhan himself facilitated all these activities. So not only could Radha Krishna enjoy the pastimes, but also the other devotees of the Lord, like, other living entities, Pashu, Pakshi, they also had, Vrata Saukhya Kadata. It gave them a lot of happiness to be, around witnessing these pastimes of Shri Shri Radha Krishna. Aganita Karunatvam Mam Uri Kritya Tantam. So Aganita Karunatvam. So this Govardhan mountain is Aganita, is countless, or like incomparable in one sense, Karunatvam. So it's so merciful that it gave residence to all the people and facilitated all the pastimes like that. So Raghunath Das Goswami is saying that please embrace me too, like how you gave shelter to all these living entities, and also you facilitated the pastimes, like that with your kind divine mercy, with your costless mercy, Aganita Karunatvam, please also embrace me so that, I can also reside at the Govardhan mountain. So this is what he's trying to say in this verse. He's saying that just like how you've been so kind and merciful and arranged for all the beautiful rasa, pastimes to happen between different devotees and the Lord, and also Radha and Krishna. So similarly, show some mercy on me and, embrace me so that I can also stay here at this Govardhan hill. Let's move on to the next verse. We have a few minutes. Then Nirupati Karunena Shri Shachinandanena Tvai Kapatishatopi Tvat Priyenarpitosmi Iti Khalu Mama Yogya Yogyatamagrena Nijanikata Nivasam Dehi Govardhanatvam Nijanikata Nivasam Dehi Govardhanatvam. So Nirupadi Karunena Shri Shachinandanena. So Nirupadi is like, again, costless mercy. Karunena is mercy. Nirupadi is absolutely costless. Nirupadi Karunena Shri Shachinandanena. So in this verse, Raghunath Das Goswami is saying, I gave you so many reasons, but the best reason I'm giving you now. This is the costless mercy of Shri Shachinandana, that, he has given me to you. Actually, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, in one sense, he gives the Govardhan Shila, right? Like we earlier discussed, like he was very pleased with Raghunath Das Goswami, and he gave him his own Shila, and also that Gunjamala to worship. So in one sense, Govardhan was given in his care, in Raghunath Das Goswami's care. But, in the sense of humility, Raghunath Das Goswami is saying that, Shachinandana has allowed me to serve you, Govardhan. You are so exalted that, I have this costless Nirupadi Karunena, costless mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself, that, I can actually serve you. Yeah. So he says, because I've got this recommendation from Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Tvai kapati shatopi tvat priyenarpitosmi. And then he puts himself in a very humble position. He says, I am such a cheater, like kapati means like a cheater. And I'm not qualified, to even ask for this residence. But just because of this costless mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is that, I'm at least requesting for this residence. So it is his costless mercy, and he has told me that I can worship you and serve you. So that's why, you can please give me residence here. Iti khalu mama yogya ayogyatam mam agranam. So then he requests, Raghunath Goswami says that, please don't look at my, what I have, like my capabilities or my incapabilities like that to perform any service like that. Yogya or ayogyatam is like any qualifications. Do not look at my qualifications or disqualifications, because I don't have any good qualifications to even ask for this. So please, completely like overlook all of those and just give me residence only on this, pretext that Sri Sachinandana, like Lord Gauranga Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has agreed to this, and he has told me I can worship. So just on this pretext, give me residence at Govardhana. So Nija Nikate Nivasam Dehi Govardhana. So he says that, he puts himself in a very, very, kind of a low position, humble position. And he says that he's totally unqualified. So Govardhan should overlook all his, disqualifications and just give him residence because of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's recommendation. So we all are also kind of banking on Srila Prabhupada and our Guru Varga's recommendation, right? When we go back to Lord's abode, our recommendation will be like, okay, such and such person was serving, this Maharaj or this Srila Prabhupada's mission this ways, and so Krishna, oh, okay, I know them, so maybe you can enter. So like that, Raghunath Das Goswami here is taking the name of Sri Sachinandana. He's offering a referral letter, like in one sense, of Sachinandana. Let's move on to the concluding verse. And for this, so this is talking, in one sense, this verse talks about the Falashruti, or the benefits of actually this reciting this prayer. रसदशकमस्य श्रीलघोवर्धनस्य क्षितिधरकुलभर्तुर्यप्रयत्नादधीते ससपदि सुखदेऽस्मिन् वासमासाति साक्षात् शुभदयुगलसेवारत्नमाप्नोति तूर्णम् शुभदयुगलसेवारत्नमाप्नोति तूर्णम्. So रसदशकम् अस्य श्रीलघोवर्धनस्य. So this Rasada Dashakam Asya. So this Dashakam, when you sing for the Lord, for Govardhana, Govardhana can actually give you this, this devotional rasa, to have this kind of rasa, or, in one sense, a mood of loving devotional service to Lord Krishna. So this Govardhana can actually grant this mood of loving devotional service to Lord Krishna. And so this Dashakam actually helps facilitate that. Kshitidhara kula bharturya prayatnat adhite. So this is humble offering, he says. Raghunath Das Goswami says Kshitidhara kula bhartur. So he's saying this is a humble offering to this king of the mountains, that so that I can, the Govardhan can also grant me this rasa, or this mood of loving devotional service to Lord Krishna. So this is a prayatnat adhite. So this is prayatna is it's a humble attempt, like that Raghunath Das Goswami is saying in this prayers. Sasapadi sukhades mean vasam asade sakshat. So one who offers this prayers very sincerely to Govardhan, then they have this chance of getting residence near the Govardhan hill. Shubhada Yugala Seva Ratnam Apnoti. Shubhada, so because this is combined with Sakshat and Shubhada, so it's written as Sakshat Shubhada. Okay, it's a Sandhi, but this is actually Shubhada. Shubhada means like all auspiciousness. So sorry, I have allergies, so forgive these coughs. So this auspiciousness, all these auspicious opportunities to serve Yugala Seva Ratnam, to serve these to serve Radha and Krishna, in loving devotional service, this all auspiciousness is actually offered or given by Govardhana. So by reciting these prayers, we can please Govardhana, and so that he also gives us that kind of opportunity, this auspicious opportunity to serve the Yugala Kishora Kishori, that is Srimati Radha Krishna, like that. So this is his humble prayer here, Raghunath Das Goswami's prayer. And again, please forgive me if I have made mistakes here. Please try to correct me if you think I have spoken something wrong. And all glories to all the devotees and Guru Maharaj and Srila Prabhupada. I'd like to pause here. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, please accept my humble obeisances. Sukha Sagari Mataji. Thank you so much for a very, very sweet Nectarian class. You explained all the stanzas in such depth and details, and very nice PPT, Mataji. And you are really blessed with a very sweet Nectarian voice, Mataji. This is a very nice way to start the weekend by meditating on this beautiful Govardhan Vyas Pratna Dakshitam. Thank you for sharing the Govardhan Varsa Pratna Dakshitam by our great Acharya Srila Raghunath Das Goswami. Yeah, thank you very much, Mataji. Dear devotees, if you have any realizations, please go ahead at this time.
Hare Krishna, Sukha Sagari Mataji, what a beautiful class. I'm so glad you did this, and I just loved the tune in which you sang, the way you sang, and all the lovely explanations and the emotions of Raghunath Das Goswami, your slides, the initial introduction to Raghunath Goswami, his mood and his prayers. It was such a beautiful all-in-one class. I thoroughly enjoyed the class so much, Mataji. Thank you so much. Thank you so much again. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, thank you, Preeti, for giving me the opportunity. Like they say, right, they give the potency, the Guru gives the potency to the disciple when they give a seva. So that's how it works, I guess.
All glories to your Guru Maharaj, Mataji. Hari Bol.
हरे कृष्णा की सुख सागरी माता जी कोटि कोटि दंडवत प्रणाम। श्री राम वृंदावन धाम की जय। श्री श्याम कुंड से श्री राधा कुंड से गोवर्धन धाम की जय। श्रीमती से श्री यमुना महारानी की जय। माता जी हम तो क्वालिफाइड नहीं है कि धाम में एंटर हो पाए। चाइल्डहुड वी एंटर इन अ धाम विथ माय माँ पापा एंड नाना नानी, पर माता जी इतनी पोटेंसी थी क्लास में कि आप धाम में लेके गए। इन सेम श्री गोवर्धन अष्टकम वी आर हियरिंग फ्रॉम एच आदिकतर प्रभु इन द मॉर्निंग। माता जी ये जो भाव था माता जी, आप जो गा रहे थे वो ऐसा लग रहा था कि कोई वृंदावन की गोपी गा रही है। माता जी वृंदावन की लता पता माता जी जो उसकी जो रचकन होती है माता जी, ब्रिजवासी का जो ब्लेसिंग होता है माता जी, आप धाम में लेके गए। बलसाना धाम, वृंदावन धाम, ऑल अष्ट सखी धाम। माता जी नो वर्ड्स टू योर सिंसियर सेवा। बहुत ही भाव से आपने गाया और बहुत ही भाव से आप हमें श्री वृंदावन धाम में लेके गए। माता जी प्लीज टेक मोर क्लास इन एवरी फ्राइडे 4, 5, 6, 7 that we can enter in Dham by your mercy, Mataji, by Bhakti Devi Tulsi Maharani mercy, by Srila Prabhupada mercy. Koti koti dandat pranam. Srila Raghunath Das Goswami ki jai. Mataji, HG Sukha Sagari Mataji ki jai. Thank you, Mataji. Koti koti dandat pranam. Shri Dham Vrindavan Dham ki jai.
Thank you, Mataji, for your kind words. But Mataji, it's yourself. You're just seeing your reflection. So you have so much of bhakti, and there is your inner desire that you want to recite at the dham. That's just coming to the fore when you listen. So I'm totally unqualified to even receive any of the words you spoke, but it's totally your devotion, Mataji, that you're getting so much out of.
Mataji, it is your sincere devotional, and if there is a no question, can you please sing Shishi Govardhan Ashtakam 1 or 2 minutes, Mataji, by the permission of all Bhakti Sangha teachers?
Sure, Mataji. I think another Kaneshwari Mataji also said that if I can sing it towards the end, maybe if everybody has some time, we can.
Please. Definitely sing the whole song through.
Yeah, sure.
Harita Mataji, please go ahead.
Hare Krishna, Sukha Sagari Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. Mataji, you give pleasure to Krishna, you give pleasure to devotees. And this is what happened in this session. Peace to the soul whenever you sing. I love your the way you recite the verses, and thanks for that Wednesday class. I could sing Kunti prayers at home also. I owe to
Jai.
you. I owe that to you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Such a beautiful, beautiful class and very nice slides and explanation also, Mataji. It was enlightening as well as pleasureful class. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji, for your kind words. All glories to Shishi Guru and Gauranga and Srila Prabhupada. I'm just parroting what they have said. So,
Vanita Gandharika Mataji, please go ahead.
Hare Krishna Sukha Sagari Mataji. What a beautiful song, Mataji. You sang very nicely. Actually, Purushottam month is coming. This Govardhan, especially they say we have to recite in the Purushottam month. Such a nice timing you have selected the song, Mataji. This meaning, if you understand, then we can sing it with proper bhav. So beautiful, Mataji. Very grateful to you. You gave the background about the Acharya Raghunath Das Goswami, and then you brought in the song so that we connect to it. Thank you, Mataji. Your voice is so nice. When you sing, it's like you're talking, but then I mean, normal, it'll look like normal, but then so sweet voice comes out, Mataji. I don't know how to explain it, but very, very sweet, very, very sweet voice, Mataji.
thank you, Vanita.
Your
You were
talk
saying
itself is like a song. That is the best word, I think. Your talk is a song. Now I put it in right words.
Heard a song like that.
Yeah, your talk is song. We all talk. Whatever you're talking also, it's like song only, Mataji. So sweet your voice. You're blessed. Correct name your Guru Maharaj has given, Parrot, Sukha.
yeah, I'm a dasi. I'm a servant.
Shrimati
Yeah.
Shri Radharani special mercy Mataji.
So Mataji, is that happiness or Sukha Sagari or Sukha Sagari?
Sukha is happiness. Sukha Sagari.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. But anyway.
Yeah, my husband actually, when Guru Maharaj gave me this name, he told, so are you sure it's not Maya Sukha? So he thinks that maybe I'm in material happiness. That's what I'm, kind of a low fallen soul. So he says, don't go there. So
We assure you, it's not Maya Sukha. We'll attest to the fact.
with all your blessings, Mataji, I hope I can get there someday. But Vinita Mataji, sorry, you were saying in Purushottam month it is auspicious to recite this. I didn't catch
Yes,
that. I was not aware of it.
Mataji. Especially even that prana mantra, Govardhana Dharam Vande Gopalam Goparupinam. They do that especially. If not whole of this, at least that one, Govardhana Dharam Vande. Yeah. That is every day they recite in Purushottam Mas. So this song, definitely Ashtakam is more greater than just 4 lines of mantra. So definitely we would be very happy to hear and sing, Mataji. Thank you so much, Hare Krishna. And when you're singing, I'll be stopping the recording of this one and put another recording so that I can upload separate video of that.
Yeah, I'll actually record and send, my voice. No, I'll record and send you. Don't worry. Yeah, but thanks, Vinita. You always are helping. I never knew that. Like this is auspicious. I just was. I had actually sang this by Govardhan's and Raghunath Das Goswami's Mercy. I had set it to tune in Sindhu Bhairavi Rag. So I had sung it at our temple, like I think 2 or 3 years back for Govardhan Puja. So I don't know, I was attracted to these shlokas from then. So that's why I picked this. I didn't know that it is auspicious for Purushottam. Thank you so much.
Every day, HG Adhikadhar Prabhu is singing in the morning, Mataji, after japa.
I see. Okay. Wow. I didn't know, Mataji. Thank you for enlightening me. Yeah. Thank you so much for sharing that, Vinita Mata.
Sita Priti Mataji, please go ahead.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dhanvat Pranam.
Dhanvat Pranam.
All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you, Mataji. Wonderful. Like you explained it so nicely, and as everybody had said, that the way you were singing, it was like a cherry on the top. So, and your voice is really, really, really awesome. And we'll be waiting for that recording which you'll be sending. So it would really help in Purushottamas also. Thank you, Mataji. Like really beautiful class. You have narrated everything so nicely. And basically what I like, like how cool and calmly you give the class. That I think that is so composed you are when you're giving your class. So there are really so many things to learn from you. And your voices, you're really blessed, Mataji. Please take a proper bhajan class for all of us.
Sure, Mataji. I would love to serve all of you in any way I can. Mataji, you're all exalted devotees who are doing so many services. So in any which way I can serve, please allow me and let me know I can serve, Mataji.
Sure, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Once again, I would like to thank Her Grace Sukha Sagari Mataji for a valuable time and wonderful association today. Thank you so much, Mataji, for very beautiful, sweet nectarian class. Looking forward to your beautiful association in the near future. Dear devotees, if there are no more realizations, I would like to pay my obeisances to Her Grace Sukha Sagari Mataji and all assembled devotees.
Mataji,
Can you please
she's
sing
going to sing, right?
Govardhanastakam, Mataji, if possible?
Yes,
Koti
Mataji,
Koti
please
Dandavat
sing.
Pranam.
Yeah,
Please
I'll just sing
Mataji.
it once, Mata, if it's okay with the organizers and everybody. I can just sing it once because a couple of Matajis had requested. So my way, a humble way to please the devotees. Yeah, please bear with my voice. There's some cough going on. निजपति भुज दंड चत्र भावं प्रपद्य निजपति भुज दंड छत्र भावं प्रपद्य प्रतिहत मद दृष्टो दंड देवेन्द्र गर्भ अतुल प्रथुल शैल श्रेण भूप प्रियं मे निज निकट निवासं देहि गोवर्धनत्वं निज निकट निवासं देहि गोवर्धनत्वं प्रमद मदन लीला कंदरे कंदरे ते रचयति नवयूनोद्वन्द्वमस्मिन् मंदम् इति किल कलनार्थं लग्नकस्तद्वयोर्मे निज निकट निवासं देहि गोवर्धनत्वं निज निकट निवासं देहि गोवर्धनत्वम् अनुपम मणिवेदि रत्न सिंहासनोर्वि रुहझरधर शानुद्रोणि संघेषु रंगै सह बल सखि संख्यलयन् स्वप्रियं मे निज निकट निवासं देहि गोवर्धनत्वं निज निकट निवासं देहि गोवर्धनत्वं रसनिधि नवयूनो साक्षिणीं दानकेले द्युति परिमल विद्धं श्याम वेदिं प्रकाश्य रसिकवर कुलानामोदमास्फालयन् मे निज निकट निवासं देहि गोवर्धनत्वं निज निकट निवासं देहि गोवर्धनत्वं हरिदयितमपूर्वं राधिका कुण्डमात्मा प्रिय सखमिह कण्ठे नर्मणालिङ्ग्य गुप्तः नवयुवयुग खेलास्तत्र पश्यन् रहो मे निज निकट निवासं देहि गोवर्धनत्वं निज निकट निवासं देहि गोवर्धनत्वं स्थल जल तल शष्पेद्भूरुह छायया च प्रतिपदमनुकालं हन्त संवर्धयन् गाः त्रिजगति निज गोत्रं सार्थकं ख्यापयन् मे निज निकट निवासं देहि निज निकट निवासं देहि सुरपति कृत दीर्घद्रोहतो घोष्ठरक्षां तव नवग्रह रूपस्यान्तरे कुर्वतैव अघबकरि पुनोचैर्दत्तमानद्रुतं मे निज निकट निवासं देहि गोवर्धनत्वं निज निकट निवासं देहि गोवर्धनत्वं गिरिनृपहरिदास श्रेणिवर्येति नाम मृतमिदमुदितं श्रीराधिका भक्त्रचन्द्रात् व्रजनवतिलकत्वे क्लिप्तवेदैः स्फुटन् मे निज निकट निवासं देहि गोवर्धनत्वं निज निकट निवासं देहि गोवर्धनत्वं निज जनयुत राधा कृष्ण मैत्री रसाक्त व्रज नर पशु पक्षी व्रात सौख्यैकदातः अगणित करुणत्वान् मां पुरीकृत्य तान्तं निज निकट निवासं देहि गोवर्धनत्वं निज निकट निवासं देहि गोवर्धनत्वं निरुपधि करुणेन श्रीशचीनन्दनेन त्वयि कपटिशतोऽपि त्वत्प्रियेणार्पितोऽस्मि इति खलु मम योग्या योग्यता मामग्रेण निज निकट निवासं देहि गोवर्धनत्वं निज निकट निवासं देहि गोवर्धनत्वं रसददशकमस्य शीलगोवर्धनस्य क्षितिधर कुलभर्तुर्य प्रयत्नाददीते ससपदि सुखदेऽस्मिन् वासमासाद्य साक्षात् शुभदयुगलसेवारत्नमाप्नोति तूर्णम् शुभदयुगलसेवारत्नमाप्नोति तूर्णम्। जय श्रीला रघुनाथ गोस्वामी की जय। जय श्रीला प्रभुपाद की जय।
जय
सुखसागर
कृष्ण
जी
माता
जय
जी
श्री
माता जी की
माता जी
जय।
की जय, श्री राम वृंदावन धाम की, श्री गोवर्धन अष्टकम की जय। थैंक यू माता जी, कोटि कोटि दंडवत प्रणाम।
Dhanavad pranams to all the devotees.
Do I have your permission to close the call, Mataji?
Please, Mataji, I have nobody to permit, but please, Mataji.
Thank you so much for a very, very sweet nectarian class and for singing one more time very beautifully. You're really, really blessed, and we're very blessed to have your association today. Very nice way to start the weekend. Vancha kalpatarubhyasya krita sindhuev cha patitanam pavnebhyo vaishnavyo namo namo. अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय।
की
राम
जय
हरिदास ठाकुर जी की जय। श्री प्रभुपाद की
जय
जय। हर गए सुख सागरी माता जी
जय
की
सुख
जय।
All
सागरी
blessed
माता
Shri
जी
Shri
की
Bhagavan, Srila
Jai,
Prabhupada.
थैंक यू
Jai,
माता
Jai,
जी।
Mataji.
हरे
Hari Bol, Hare Krishna.
हरे बोल माता जी,
माता जी,
थैंक यू
हरे
माता जी,
कृष्णा,
कोटि कोटि
Hare
धन्यवाद
Bol Bala
दंडवत
प्रणाम।
हरे
Vrinda.
कृष्ण।
सुख सागरी माता जी की
जय
जय
Bala Vrinda Mataji ki jai.
जय।
Jai Jai.
Hare
Okay.
Krishna. Thank you, devotees.
Thank
Bye.
you so much for joining us, and we'll be ending the call here. Meet you again soon with many more sessions. Hare Krishna.
Bye
Hare Krishna.
bye.
हरे